The markets are heating up, and it looks like Uptober is living up to its name in the crypto world. Today, we're diving deep into three of the biggest altcoins everyone's talking about: BNB, Solana, and Dogecoin. So, is this recent pump the real deal? The start of a major rally? Well, let's find out together.
And that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Is this green momentum going to continue? Look, there are definitely some promising signs out there. But can these major players actually make the huge leaps that investors are hoping for? It's time to get into the details.
And here's a little taste of what's potentially on the table. We're talking about a 38.5% jump for BNB, a surge of over 30% for Solana, and a solid 20% climb for Dogecoin. Now, these aren't just random numbers. They're targets based on key technical levels we're about to break down. Our first stop, BNB.
We're kicking things off with BNB, and the charts are pointing to a really eye-catching potential rally of over 38%. So what exactly needs to happen for this target to become a reality? Let's lay out the key levels. A jump of 38.5% could take BNB to a target of around $1,480. But, and this is a big but, it all hinges on one single critical support level. So here it is. This is the battleground for BNB. If it can manage to hold above that key support at $992, the path to $1,480 looks pretty clear. But if that support breaks, we could see a pullback all the way down to $835. It's a classic bull versus bear showdown. Bottom line for BNB, it's all about $992. That's the pivot point, the line in the sand that will determine its next big move. Stay above it, and the bulls are in charge. Drop below, and the bears take over the stage. All right, next up is Solana, which is currently caught in a classic rising wedge pattern. Now, this is a formation that traders watch very, very closely because it usually means a big price move is just around the corner. For Solana, the first hurdle is the $250 level. If it can push past that, that's when the real test begins. And that's exactly where this rising wedge pattern comes into play. And this is where things get really exciting. A breakout to the upside from this pattern could send Solana flying towards the $300 region. But, and again, it's a huge but, if the pattern breaks to the downside, it could trigger a sharp drop of 28 to 30%. The stakes are definitely high on this one. So the key to Solana's next move is this rising wedge. Is the break going to be up or is it going to be down? The answer to that question will likely define its trend for the rest of the month. And finally, let's get to Dogecoin. Doge is currently moving nicely inside a steady ascending channel, and the target is the top of that channel, right around the 31-cent mark. Now that represents a potential 20% gain from current levels. After getting a nice bounce from the bottom of this trading channel, it really looks like the path of least resistance is to the upside. The scenario for Doge is pretty simple. Either it continues its climb to the top of the channel around 31 cents, or it loses steam and has to retest the bottom of the channel at 22 cents. So what could cause it to lose that steam? The key level to watch here is 25 cents. Think of this as a short-term trend indicator. A drop below this level could be an early warning sign that the bullish momentum is starting to fade. All right, let's wrap all this up and quickly summarize the key levels for all three of these altcoins. Here are the opportunities and the risks all in one simple table. So to recap really quickly, BNB's battle is at $992. Solana's future hangs on that rising wedge. And for Dogecoin, 25 cents is that critical threshold. These are the make or break levels for these three coins. So there you have it, three major altcoins, all standing at a crossroads. Now, I have to ask you, which one do you think has the best shot at a major breakout this Uptober? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and as always, remember to do your own research.